Georgie, is that your grandma? Where is she? Where's your grandma?
She spent years telling her husband no. No to a dog, no to the mess, no to the early morning walks, the vet bills, and the fur on every piece of furniture they owned. Her husband had wanted a dog for as long as she could remember. He'd bring it up casually, almost hopefully, the way people do when they've already decided something but still pretend it's an open conversation. And every single time, Breezy said no. She wasn't cruel about it. She didn't dislike dogs. She just didn't feel that pull some people feel. That instant, irrational, I would die for this animal feeling that turns reasonable adults into complete messes the moment a dog looks at them. That wasn't her. Until one afternoon, she visited a relative's house and stopped dead in her tracks because what she saw in that living room didn't look like a dog. It looked like something that had wandered off a fashion runway, decided the floor was beneath it, and was now reclining on a couch like it owned the property. Long, silky fur that moved like slow water when it walked. A lean, elegant frame built like a runway model who also happened to be extremely fast. A face that was somehow noble, ridiculous, and breathtaking all at the same time.
I have the one and only 24-karat gold Labubu.
She stood there and stared. Her relative smiled. That's an Afghan Hound. Breezy didn't say anything. She didn't need to, because somewhere deep inside her, after years of saying no, something shifted. Afghan Hounds are one of the oldest dog breeds in existence, originally bred thousands of years ago in the mountains of Afghanistan, built for speed, endurance, and independence that makes them fascinating and occasionally maddening to live with. They don't look real. They look like something an artist invented on a particularly inspired day. People who see them for the first time genuinely cannot decide what they're looking at. Is that a dog? A deer? An extremely confident goat with exceptional hair? Some say they look like a supermodel. Some say they look like royalty. Some say they look like a dog who knows exactly how good-looking they are and has fully decided to make that everyone else's problem. All of the above are correct. Breezy drove home that afternoon in complete silence. Her husband glanced at her from the passenger seat. He didn't ask what she was thinking. He already knew. When Georgie arrived as a puppy, he was, and there is no gentle way to say this, not impressive. Afghan Hound puppies go through a phase that nobody warns you about. A phase that the breed's most devoted fans tend to gloss over in polite conversation. The glorious flowing coat that makes adults weep with joy? Not there yet. The regal, breathtaking elegance? Absolutely nowhere to be found. What you get instead is a small, dark-faced creature that looks vaguely like a confused baby monkey who borrowed a dog costume, isn't quite pulling it off, and seems mildly offended that you noticed. Breezy looked at him. He looked at her. Neither was fully convinced about the other, but she brought him home anyway.
No. Stop. No.
And slowly, week by week, month by month, Georgie grew into the dog everyone had been waiting for. His coat came in like a slow sunrise. First thin patches, then soft waves, and finally that breathtaking Afghan Hound glory that turns heads on sidewalks and stops strangers mid-step. Every walk became a small parade. People would pause, phones in hand, just to stare, often whispering, "Wow, what a dog." But beauty was only part of Georgie's charm. The real magic was his personality. Georgie had rules. Not written rules, not discussed rules, but rules everyone in the house quickly learned to follow. Step 1. Identify something belonging to Breezy. A phone, a sock, a single hair tie, a TV remote. The item didn't matter. What mattered was that Georgie wanted it. Step 2. Take it. Not aggressively, not dramatically. Just pick it up with the calm confidence of someone who owns the room, and sit down somewhere perfectly safe, looking as if he had done nothing wrong. Step 3. Wait. Because Georgie had discovered the secret every dog owner wishes for. Ice. A single piece of ice would fix everything.
Drop that. That's not your hat. I'll trade you. Do you want an ice cube? I'll trade you. Bring this here. Nope. Ice. A good trade. Put that right there.
He would return the stolen item immediately, cheerfully, often wagging in such a way that made Breezy wonder if he had planned the entire theft and return just to entertain
Georgie, where are you
himself.
going with that? This is my bag.
He brings it to bed every night. It's from SkinCeuticals. He just loves it.
Ice became the official currency of the household, but nothing compared to Georgie and the car. Every time the family reached for the car keys, Georgie's whole being changed. It wasn't excitement, it was ownership. He approached the vehicle like a CEO walking into a board meeting, unhurried, confident, and fully aware that everyone present existed for him, not the other way around. He positioned himself at the door, waited patiently to be let in, and once inside, settled into his spot like royalty. Coat arranged perfectly, gaze out the window, surveying the world with composed dignity. The message was clear. This is my car. These are my people, and we are going exactly where I decide. Beyond the car, Georgie's life was full of little quirks. He had favorite sunspots in the living room where he would stretch dramatically, as if auditioning for a runway show. He had a soft, almost theatrical growl, reserved only for vacuum cleaners and unexpected mail carriers. He collected socks in his personal stash under the couch, and sometimes, just sometimes, he would gently drop them at Breezy's feet as if presenting a gift. Because in his mind, everything belonged to him, but generosity was part of the charm. And despite all of this, Breezy couldn't imagine life without him. Every morning, when Georgie leaned against her legs while she drank her coffee, she felt a quiet wonder. How had she resisted this for so long? And yet, how perfect it was that she had waited. Because Georgie wasn't just a dog, he was Georgie. He knew which items belonged to her and which ones were up for negotiation. He knew that ice fixed everything. He knew that the car was his kingdom. And most importantly, he knew that this house, with these people, was his family. Chosen before he was even impressive. And in that house, under the soft glow of afternoon sunlight or the quiet hum of evening, Georgie reigned. Not with force, but with elegance, humor, and a sense of self so strong that anyone who met him immediately understood. This dog was born to be unforgettable. Breezy had said no for years, but now, with Georgie curled up on her couch, lying across her feet, looking out the window with that impossible Afghan Hound grace, she said yes. Yes to every fur-covered blanket, every morning walk, every ice cube, every stolen sock, and every single moment of magic he brought into their lives. Georgie didn't need to know he was beautiful. He just needed to be himself, and that was more than enough.